Assalamualaikum and hi, I'm Arik, and in this video I will be explaining the 8 types of inflections in English. Before we jump straight into it, we must first understand what is inflection and what part of speech they are inflected by inflections. Well, according to Labour, inflection refers to word formation that does not change category and does not create new lexemes, but rather changes the form of lexemes so that they fit into different grammatical contexts. And part of speech that are inflected by inflectional morphemes are nouns, verb, and adjectives. Or in other words, to put it simply, inflection can be understood as a process of adding extra letter or letters to nouns, verbs, and adjectives depending on different grammatical forms. However, when compared to other languages, Denham and Lawbeck 2009 quoted that English inflectional morpheme system is considered quite poor because it has little inflectional morphology. Thus, there are only 8 inflectional morphemes that can be indicated through the form and the tense of a word, which as follows. First, the addition of plural s suffixation and possessive s in noun. For example, adding the suffix s will change singular noun to plural noun, like the word flowers, dogs, and boys. Possessive s, on the other hand, is added to indicate possession, for example, Ahmad's child, or the lawyer's child, or even the lawyer's children. It is important to note that there is also an uncountable noun, which the suffix s cannot be added, such as the word rice or meat. So, indicating these words as a plural requires the use of conventional circumlocution and periphrastic form, such as 2 cups of rice and 2 slices of meat. There's also irregular noun, which has different suffix letter, such as en suffix for the word children and oxen, the suffix ae, es, and a for alumni, campuses, and criteria, change of stem vowels such as tooth, teeth, and mouse, mice, and unchanged nouns such as aircraft and salmon. Next is the inflectional morphemes in verb, and the first one is the addition of s or es in the third person singular verb. Most verbs in English form the third person singular by simply adding the suffix s, such as the word sings, gives, and drinks. Verbs ending in ch, s, sh, x, or z form the third person singular by adding es, such as the word misses, rushes, mixes, and buzzes. And verbs that end with the consonant y form the third person singular by changing the y to ie before adding the suffix s, such as the word tries, cries, and parties. Second is the addition of the letter ed in past tense of verbs. Words like picked, pushed, or visited are simple examples of it. However, there are some words that ends with the consonant y where the letter y cannot be removed, such as the word played, prayed, and delayed. Third, the letter ing for progressive verbs. Words like avoiding, discussing, and recalling are some of the words that do not require modification. Some words that require extra attention, for example, words that end with the consonant y, which that letter cannot be removed, such as the word for frying, crying, and drying. Some verbs that end with the vowel e, however, needs to be removed before adding the ing, such as the word driving, glaring, and writing. And there are also some verbs that end with the ie, which needs to be changed to letter y before adding the ing, such as tie, tying, and die, dying. And the letter en to mark past participle verbs, such as the word beat, beaten, fall, fallen, and eat, eaten. Whereas for adjectives, there are 2 types of forms, namely comparative form, to show change or make comparisons, and superlative form, to express higher degree of equality. We usually add er and est to one-syllable words to make comparatives and superlatives, such as the word long, longer, longest, high, higher, highest, and strong, stronger, strongest. However, for most 2-syllable adjectives and for all adjectives with 3 or more syllables, we usually add more and most to make comparatives and superlatives. Words like careful, for example, rather than it becoming carefuler or carefulest, we used more careful and most careful instead to make comparatives and superlatives. There's also irregular comparatives and superlatives in which the words are good, bad, and far. The word good, for example, became better for comparatives and best for superlatives. The other two adjectives, bad, worse, worst, and far, farther, farthest, indicates the irregular comparatives and superlatives as well. So that's about it. 8 inflectional morphemes in English. Though it may seem complicated as it looks, it is actually way easier in comparison to other languages' inflectional system. So yeah, is there something that I've missed? If so, just let me know. Until next time then, thank you and Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.